Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris, and we have got a fun game to you here tonight, brought to you by my lovely wife, Leah.
Oh, do I say hi here?
You can say hi here.
Hi, I'm here.
So Leah has painstakingly put together a very special game, and tonight's content, I guess is what we'll call it, is all on 90s sitcoms. So these are sitcoms that ran primarily in the 1990s. So kind of in, I think, most of our wheelhouses because we all old as hell. But before we get into the actual game, let's go ahead and let's pass it around. So you guys met her already, but say hello to my lovely wife, Leah.
Hi, everyone, and I'm drinking a lovely cup of Oak and Cane craft rum. This was gifted to us by, I believe, the Gores, Jeff and Marissa. Yep. And I need the rum because I've had a screaming child all day long who has been uber fussy. And then I also mixed it with a little Diet Coke because, yeah, it's 9 o'clock and past my bedtime. So I'm going to need it to stay awake a little tonight.
Before we pass this onto the east coast of Florida, I picked it up earlier this week. It is a bottle of Larceny Private Barrel. So it's a single barrel Larceny. It is 92 proof. It's a private barrel selected by Corona Cigar and Toes. So they are the company that owns Davidoff right here in Tampa. So if you're a cigar aficionado, a bourbon aficionado, rum, tequila, they have it all there. This is one of their private barrels. I ended up picking up 3 of their private barrels. I got this. I got Elijah Craig and a Woodford Reserve Double Oak private barrel that has had nothing but great reviews, and I'll be dipping into those here later. In future episodes, not tonight. Tonight's all about the Larceny. And I've cut it with a little bit of ginger ale, diet ginger ale. So it's going to be a good night. But the new person, not the new person, she's been on the show before, but she has recently moved and devastated Leah and I. But Maggie is joining us from the east coast of Florida. Maggie, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me tonight. I am in Tequesta, Florida, which is very, very near Jupiter, Florida, which some people might have heard of. It's a tiny little town on the east coast of Florida. And I am drinking a mixture of bullet bourbon, a small ice cube of lemon and lime juice, ooh, and some LaCroix, like lemon-flavored LaCroix. So that's my jam.
You like cutting your bourbon with LaCroix. That's like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen you do it.
That's really all I do, Chris. And I also have a scrunchie tonight to really bring it full circle tonight for the 90s. So that's my good luck charm. Right
Love
there.
it.
Oh man, I need to go get me some of my AC Slater pants. We're gonna throw this on out to Huntsville, Alabama. Mike and Nikki, how y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing
hanging in there.
Pretty good.
You're doing? What are you guys drinking?
I have just a glass of Mark West Pinot Noir.
Peanut Noir.
Oh my Lord.
I made the very fortunate discovery today at the beer store that we have moved on into the fall beers. So I have the very cleverly named Pumpkin Ale because I am a admitted basic bitch. This is from a brewery I've had on this podcast before, the Whole Hog Brewery, that really sounds like it should be an Alabama brewery, but it's actually based out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. This is a very good pumpkin beer. It doesn't really set itself apart from the pack per se, but it's a great, it's a high quality pumpkin beer. It's hard for I've almost never had a pumpkin beer I didn't like, so it's really hard to screw it up for me.
I'm going to tell you, Mike, too soon, man, too soon. It is not fall yet. Just pump the brakes on the pumpkin beers. You guys get like 2 months to drink those, and that's about it. I'm done with pumpkin.
Fair.
So
well, just
we have a daughter
Florida.
who's obsessed with pumpkins right now. So
yeah, our daughter's like obsessed with Halloween, like everything Halloween. So I really hope it's not canceled this year because she's like obsessed.
Yep.
If it gets canceled, I'm mailing her a big old bag of candy. But
she's actually doesn't seem particularly enamored of the candy. She's even if it gets canceled, we'll still all dress up in costume because that's what she wants.
All she wants
to
dress up.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna pass this over to Leah, and she's going to explain the game to us tonight, and I'm excited. So let's see how this goes.
All right. Well, guys, I'm really excited. I've been working on this game for a couple months now. It came to us out of a survey that I did in our Pub Trivia Experience Friends of Podcast Facebook group, where I kind of gave them a couple options, and I was like, all right, guys, vote. What do you guys want me to write a game for? And the number one topic that people picked was 90s sitcoms, so that's what I picked. So a little bit about this game tonight. This game will cover 30-ish sitcoms, and their primary run was broadcasted in the 1990s. So some of it may overlap a little bit in the 80s or in the aughts, but mostly it's the primary run was in the 90s. Each sitcom is only featured once in the game, which may help you as you play along. Each category will have a different theme and different scoring, which I'll explain as we go along. In the end, you will be able to wager any and all of your points on questions relating to the final 3 sitcoms on the list, and the winner will get their choice of the Geller Cup, a serenade from Jesse and the Rippers, or a road trip ticket courtesy of Sandpiper Air. Insert laugh track here. Yeah. I get it.
I look forward to putting that Geller trophy right next to my pop culture trivia champion trophy.
Oh, talking smack already.
And your teams tonight are going to be, if you haven't guessed it already, Mike and Nikki taking on Maggie and Chris. Leah is hosting. And let's raise a glass and jump right into the pregame.
All right. So for this category, for the pregame, it's called More or Less Than. So I'm going to ask each team a question. You'll take turns. And I'm going to give you the name of a show. And you are going to tell me if the show had more or less than 5 seasons. So Mike and Nikki, why don't you guys go first? Do you want to take the even number of questions or the odd number of questions?
We're going to go with even.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki, your first question, or your first TV show, tell me if this show had more or less than 5 seasons. And none of them will have exactly 5 seasons, in case you guys didn't figure that out. So your show is 2 guys and a girl, and sometimes a pizza place.
I'm pretty sure that was less than 5.
Yeah,
I think it only lasted like a season or 2.
Well, they had the pizza place for the first season, and I think they maybe dragged on for about 2 more seasons. They didn't make it to 5.
No, I would say less.
Okay, that is correct. So 2 guys, a girl, and sometimes a pizza place, depending on what season you're watching. I ran for 4 seasons between 1997 and 2001.
Longer than I thought.
I'm actually impressed it made it that long.
I was like, it's like 2 seasons, maybe.
Still.
That's
exactly.
Wow.
All right, great job. Okay, so Maggie and Chris, your odd number question number 1 is Saved by the Bell. And I will tell you that this does not include Good Morning, Miss Bliss, The College Years, or Saved by the Bell, The New Class, which are considered spin-offs.
Maggie, what do you think?
Yeah, Chris, I gotta say, I'm feeling longer than 5. I just am. I don't know why.
I was feeling less than 5, and the reason I'm saying that
really?
is... Well, I'm thinking high school's 4 years. High school's only 4 years. And I watched that show when I was in like middle school and high school. It was on every morning. And I just remember it being a lot of reruns and a lot of repeats. I don't think they actually made that many episodes of that show.
Okay. Well, I'll defer to you because my gut is telling me more than 5, but I want to defer to you because you're the expert.
I am no expert. I watched a lot of Saved by the Bell as a kid. If you're taking out Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was I think a season or 2, I think it was only 1 season. The College Years I think was a season or 2. The New Class was terrible. I think if you add all those together, I think you're definitely over 5. But I'm just saying under 5. If you're comfortable with me locking that in, let's do it. But if not, let's talk about it.
Sure. Let's start from behind.
Okay, Maggie's begrudgingly trusting me, and we're gonna say less.
Okay, the correct answer is less. It is actually only 4 seasons.
Wow.
So Good Morning Miss Bliss was, I think, only a season. I didn't write that down. But it was definitely in the 80s. The original run of Saved by the Bell was from 1989 to 1993. So they were the class of 93, which is always easy to remember because it's also the class of 90210. It was also the class of 1993. And Kelly Kapowski was on both. So it's kind of funny how that worked out.
Thank you.
So yes.
Wow.
So and then they did one season of the college years, and they also had some spin-off like the Hawaiian style.
Yep.
And
Oh,
Wedding in Las Vegas and stuff, but those aren't considered seasons. Those are considered.
Hold on. I can still do the ukulele one. It's "Welcome to the Hawaiian Hideaway. All your cares will hide away." It's Kelly, isn't it? Kelly's like uncle or something like that owns the Hawaiian Hideaway.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh no, I do. I think it's like Kelly's uncle owns the Hawaiian Hideaway, and they're being pushed out of business by the greedy, massive hotel next door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And Kelly starts dating like the greaseball lawyer or something like that that works the hotel. And so this is way off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just went through a Saved by the Hawaiian style hole.
I love Saved by the Bell as a kid.
Okay.
I loved it too. Loved it.
Okay.
It was a good show.
So our next question will be for Mike and Nikki. And your TV show is Veronica's Closet.
Oh, there's no way Veronica's Closet made it to 5 seasons. You know the show, right? With Kirstie Alley.
I mean, I know the show. I've never watched the show. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe it did. I'm kind of thinking it lasted a little while.
Maybe it did. Yeah. It was never huge, but it was probably
had like a little, and it didn't change a couple times. Like, I mean, I feel like they added some new characters. Maybe, I don't know. I never really watched it, but
I actually watched a little bit of the first season. Because I had a small crush on Kirstie Alley, not like a huge crush, but I mean, as a teenager, you're like,
yeah.
But,
I met Kirstie Alley once.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
But,
none of which tells us how long Veronica's Closet.
I didn't ask her at the time.
Yeah. Well, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
We haven't had a more yet.
Right, well,
I mean, it might have gone 6 seasons.
I don't know. I mean, let's just go over. I mean,
right,
I feel
why
like
not?
Maybe it did.
Why not?
All right, over.
Okay, so Veronica's Closet lasted from 1997 to 2000, so it was 3 seasons.
Nope.
So it is
Okay.
less.
Oh well.
And wasn't that Brooke Shields?
So
I didn't think it was Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, Brooke Shields was Suddenly Susan. Yeah.
Oh.
Which
wow.
I don't know if that comes up in here at all. Okay, so for Maggie and Chris, your next question is the Drew Carey Show.
Oh, Maggie, I'm pulling all the thunder out here. It's more.
It's got to be more, right? I mean, I feel like this might have been like the creeper question, where it's like you think it's more, but maybe it's less, But it's got to be more than 5. I mean, it was an iconic show.
This is. I'm a little mad right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I was hoping this would come up in a later round where it's not like a 2-point question, because this is one of my 2 all-time favorite sitcoms.
Yeah,
I love it. It's got to be more.
Okay, is that your final answer?
I'm gonna defer to Maggie on this.
Yeah,
but you had all the thunder.
That final.
We're locking it in.
Okay. Drew Carey Show lasted 9 seasons, so that was not even close. It was from 1995 to 2004, so that was a borderline one.
I thought you were going to ask a question later on, like, what was the name of the beer that Drew and his friends brewed? And I'm like, I have this, it's Buzz Beer. But no, that question is now useless to me.
Yeah, no, that's not going to come up, sorry.
Sorry, Chris.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki, your next TV show is Sister Sister.
Ooh,
one of my
favorites.
Yeah, I remember watching that show quite a bit.
It lasted a long time.
It lasted a while because I feel like they got married towards the end. Yeah, one of them did. I mean, again, it's
not to each other.
I know I've seen I probably saw most of the episodes, but it was like I don't think I ever watched it from the beginning to the end. It was like whatever episode you caught there. But I'm pretty sure they got married, so it would have started when they were in high school. So I would say more.
I would say probably not too much more. Probably 6.
I would say 6
seasons,
or 7
but
seasons.
But it's probably more.
Yeah, I'll go more.
All right, so your correct answer for Sister Sister, it lasted 6 seasons from 1994 to 1999, which equals 6 seasons.
Sister.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so nice job there. So Maggie and Chris, your next question is Murphy Brown, and this does not include any recent reboot that may have happened. So this is the Murphy Brown original run.
I have never seen an episode of this show.
Yeah, Murphy Brown was a long-lived show. It like, I would be shocked if it was fewer than 5 seasons. I mean, it's possible, but
it had a reboot. They came back and redid it, which tells me it was successful enough in their original run to warrant it. So I would assume it's got to be at least 5.
Yeah. Shit. We haven't had one. Oh, sorry. Am I allowed to swear? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yes, goddammit, George, swear.
I mean, my mom is going to listen to this episode, but as long as I'm not swearing, I'm sure she'll be fine with it.
Wait, what reference is that?
Yes,
Back to the Future. That was beautiful.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
It took me a second too, and I was like, "That is awesome."
Should I swear? Yes, god damn it, swear. And that's one of my favorite movies ever. Okay, so I don't know, Chris. I'm thinking it was longer, but I'm like afraid for the shoe to drop and for Leah to tell us one of these is shorter.
I mean, we have a 1-question lead right now, so if we lose it on Murphy Brown, I'm not going to be upset. So if we both feel pretty strongly that it's more, I say we lock in with more, but that's me.
Wait, we have a lead? I thought we were even.
No, they got one wrong.
Oh.
But they also started first.
Yeah, right? We are technically 1 question ahead, so if we get this wrong, we're tied. And if that's on Murphy Brown and we say it's more and it's less, I'm not going to be upset about it.
Yeah, these are 2 points each. So.
Yeah, Murphy Brown to me feels like a longer than 5-season run.
Yeah,
if you've never seen one, Chris, I guess it's all me. I'll just say longer.
Longer. Okay, so the original run of Murphy Brown lasted from 1988 to 1998, so it was 10 seasons.
Holy crap.
Okay, then. Okay.
Hence why they thought it was so successful to reboot. I think it was 2 years ago they rebooted it, which I did not see, but I heard semi-good things about it.
I didn't see it either. Yeah, I'm all set.
You know it ran a long time when it ran afoul of Dan Quayle.
That's true. Leah doesn't get that.
I don't know what that means.
All right,
I'm old. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a 90s reference. Leah,
Yeah.
do you know the controversy around Murphy Brown and Dan Quayle?
No, I do not.
Murphy Brown had a child out of wedlock, and Dan Quayle famously criticized women for having babies without husbands around.
Oh. Dan Quayle, was he a vice president or was he a vice president candidate?
Vice President, Herbert Walker's VP.
Okay. Always vice president, yeah. Vice president from George Bush, the elder.
Yeah.
I pray to God we never see Quayle's candidacy. Look.
He was no Jack Kennedy.
Moving on.
So true.
All right, so Mike and Nikki, your next TV show is The Larry Sanders Show.
Oof. A Gary Shandling classic that I never watched. I feel like that ran for a decent while though, and because it was always a critical darling.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but
I didn't.
When did his other shows?
It was too adult for me at the time. I think. Not like it was but just the humor one was too sophisticated for my teenage self. I feel like it's probably more, but I don't think it's too much more.
I just don't know when it would have started, so I'm just trying to figure that. Because when did he do? Was it the other one that he did on HBO?
Yeah, he did do the other one on HBO.
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No. That's Larry David, not Gary Shandling.
Oh, I had the wrong person.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
That's okay. I want to say more. I don't have a strong backing to that, but
I didn't even know who we were talking about. So yeah, whatever you say.
Yeah, it could have been. It also could have been one of those that was canceled before its time. And I feel like it had a pretty decent awards show run, and it kind of hung around there for a little while. So,
okay.
So I could be wrong, but we'll say more.
Okay, the Larry Sanders Show lasted for 6 seasons from 1992 to 1998.
Really?
Nice job.
Mike, wasn't Gary Shandling, wasn't he in, was it Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3?
Yeah, he's the congressman that starts cussing out.
Not Iron Man, Captain America. Sorry.
Yeah, he starts cussing out Tony Stark in the congressional hearing at the very beginning of Iron Man 2.
Yep.
And then he's the one that goes Hail Hydra in Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Maggie and Chris, your next question, your next TV show is Moesha.
Is that the one with Brandy?
Yes, it is.
Brandy. Yeah.
Fine girl.
This was a moment though for Brandy, Moesha. I don't know if it was a 5-year moment.
I don't think it could have been, could it? I don't. Did she have her show running when she was in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
Possibly, but what I always think of Brandy is like the I Want to Be Down and like the young singing sensation Brandy.
Okay.
And Moesha came after that, so I feel like Moesha could have been like a short stint.
That's
and
what I'm
then
thinking.
I Know What You Did Last Summer could have come around.
Well, she wasn't in the original. She was in the sequel because she got killed in in Brazil, Rio or something like that. I don't even know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't think it's
you're
5.
You're more well versed in the sequels.
I just know my
teen.
American slasher films. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think I want to say less here. I think this is the time.
Do it.
Okay, so Moesha actually lasted 6 seasons from 1996
What?
to 2001.
I thought it only lasted like 2.
Holy flirking schnit! I was way off.
I thought it was like 2 seasons, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so 1996 to 2001, and I think I Know What You Did Last Summer was probably like 98. I
It's
still
the
know what you
sequel.
did last summer. Yeah, so the first one was
The
probably
sequel was
95,
2000,
96?
I think.
No, the sequel was like 2000.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay, so they're capitalizing on her maybe the success of her show.
I
When she was
guess.
on
Oh,
there?
maybe that makes sense.
What about The Boy Is Mine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brandy and
I
and Monica. The
Brandy
Boys
and
Mine,
Monica,
that was
that-
like
that was her.
95?
Yes.
No, I think Brandy had her own stuff before that, didn't she?
It must have been. Yeah.
I don't even
So maybe
know.
she had her own stuff.
Okay, so Brandy definitely had her own stuff before The Boys Mine. I feel like The Boys Mine was 98.
That sounds
Now
about
that I'm
right.
thinking about it, because I remember working at Walgreens and babysitting that year, being a 17-year-old and listening to The Boy Is Mine and watching the video on MTV. Like, that was a huge, huge video.
Okay, so I can't remember who's supposed to go next. Mike and Nikki? Yeah,
Yep.
Mike and Nikki. Okay.
Yeah, it's our turn.
So your last one in the pregame round is Caroline in the City.
Ooh. Leah Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing,
Speaking of Back to the Future.
Yeah, I mean, I know she was a comic book writer. I mean, I mean,
Crazy.
again, I've probably seen a couple episodes in syndication, but I don't know anything about the story. My inclination is lower.
I'd put it at 4 seasons.
Yeah,
tops.
I don't think it was this. I mean, it was like kind of trendy, but I don't know if it was like.
Well, it shone brightly, but then I felt like
it was enough to be syndicated, and you have to be at least 4 seasons to be syndicated. At least that's how it used to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So I'm going to say I think that's right. I think it would be more than. That's a really good point.
Because I'm pretty sure I watched it on. I'm maybe wrong, but I'm pretty sure like I watched it like on syndication.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
I was borderline. It definitely shone brightly for a little while. For some reason I think it just maybe faded out but it was probably one of those shows that, oh wow, this is still going on, because it still had like a solid core viewership, even though like it wasn't as,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I guess
it's literally going to be like 3 seasons or 6 seasons or something like that.
I was literally thinking it was either probably 4 seasons or 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So we can go more though. I really
I
don't know.
don't know. So it's a whatever you think.
I don't know. All right, it had to run longer than Veronica's Closet.
All right, we'll go more.
All right, well, Caroline in the City ran for 4 seasons. I hated telling you guys that.
Damn it! I had 4 seasons in my head, but then I was like, "But if it was made a syndication, I don't know."
It has to be 4 seasons to make syndication.
See, I thought syndication was 100 episodes. I didn't think it was...
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought syndication was 100 episodes, which made me think that it had to be more than 4 seasons.
Oh, so I thought it was 4 seasons.
It usually happens like halfway between the 5th season, like the 100th episode big kahuna where they get the cake and everything is usually like halfway through, but that's if, it's a standard 22 episode
Yeah.
arc,
Right.
So does that mean Frankie Valli is eligible for syndication?
Ha ha ha. Yeah. And then our last question in the pregame round goes to Maggie and Chris. And your TV show is Just Shoot Me.
Oh, wow.
So this isn't fair.
David Spade.
This isn't fair. I'm watching this show right now.
Oh, so you have... no.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know that this would come up on your... whatever.
I'm watching it's more, because I think I'm on season 6 of it right now. I think it's 7 seasons.
So you recuse yourself, Chris?
No, I know the answer. I'm not going to apologize for knowing an answer.
No, but you recuse yourself, so, like, we can't answer that question, because obviously you know. Right? We gotta go to another question.
No, it's fair game.
No.
You know it.
I was going to say, I can pull up another one.
I don't think Leah wrote it with the knowledge of Chris is currently watching this show.
No, I wrote this like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I've been binging through.
I'm not suggesting Leah knew it. I'm just suggesting Chris, being the bigger person, is saying, I am not going to
I knew
take credit for knowing this answer.
Bottom line is this. I go to sleep at night watching either sitcoms or wrestling on TV because for some reason they both soothe me to the point where I can go to sleep.
Well, do you guys want a new question?
No, we're taking it. It's more.
I was going to say, I'll give you
I'm pretty sure it's 7 or 8 seasons, but it's more because I'm on season 6 now.
Okay, fine. So the answer is 7 seasons. Just shoot me.
Okay.
Okay, so after the pregame round, I have Mike and Nikki with 6 points and Chris and Maggie with 8 points.
Woohoo! We'll take it.
Okay, so Chris and Maggie, since you came out of the pregame on top, this next round is going to be, this is courtesy of, or inspired by Jeffrey Ligori, and it's going to be easy and hard rounds. So for every question I'm going to give you the category name, and you guys are going to take turns, and each team is going to get to guess either the easy question or the hard question without actually hearing the question first, just the category. And so I'll kind of give you guys an example of how this is going to go. So Chris and Maggie, because you guys came out of the pregame round, you guys will get to choose first in the musical instruments category. Do you want the easy question or the hard question? And the category is musical instruments. And this can be about any show.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
What is the point differential between an easy answer and a hard answer?
Easy questions are worth 5 points, and hard questions are worth 10 points.
Oh, God.
Musical instruments in a sitcom.
Yeah, I only know of a handful.
Don't say them out loud because it could be the other person's question.
I'm tempted to say take the easy one and make them answer the hard one to catch us. But if they do, then they're in the lead. So
I will defer to you 100% of the time when it comes to strategy because I don't think that way. So please.
We're going to take the easy question then.
Okay, so Maggie and Chris are taking the easy question. So in musical instruments, the easy question is, what musical instrument did Ross learn to play with the intention of performing it for Chandler and Monica's wedding?
Maggie, are you a Friends fan?
I've seen a lot of Friends episodes. I cannot say that I'm a Friends fan.
I know the answer.
Oh, great. I know things about Friends. I do not know what Ross played. I want to say like a keyboard or a piccolo or like something
I
like.
could totally see Ross playing a piccolo.
A xylophone.
So Ross did play a keyboard. He did play a keyboard in college, and then he did have an episode where he wasn't appreciated in his own time, according to Phoebe.
That's right.
But that's not what he wanted to play at the wedding. At the wedding, he was trying to learn to play the bagpipes because Chandler is, and I quote, part Scottish, right? He was learning the bagpipes.
Thank you for being my partner, Chris. I just want to say that right now. Thank you.
I'm done answering questions, by the way. I have nothing left.
Okay, so the correct answer is the bagpipes. He was trying to learn Celebration by Kool and the Gang, and he with the intent of playing it at Monica and Chandler's wedding, which we never got to see, so unknown if he ever did, but I assume he did not. Okay, so Mike and Nikki, for your question, it is going to be, this is the hard question, so if you get this right, it'll be 10 points. What musical instrument did Helen Chappell play on the TV show Wings?
I never watched Wings.
I never watched Wings either. So I maybe hear it.
Oh, Leah loves Wings.
I love this show.
Yeah. In fact, honestly, the knowledge that Wings was more 90s than 80s is sort of news to me. It could be like a harp.
A harp or a violin.
Yeah. I guess I'd say harp. That just
sure harp.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki have locked in harp. And you were very, very close, actually. So the correct answer is the cello.
Ooh.
The cello. So she was a waitress at the airport or whatever, or the airlines that the show takes place in, but she was really trying to make it as a cellist. So she was always going on auditions to like New York and Boston and stuff like that, trying to make it big, and she never really did. Okay, so after that question, the scores are 13-6. And so Mike and Nikki, this is your turn to pick. So I'm going to give you the category, and you're going to tell me if you want the easy question or the hard question. So the category is guest stars. So I'm going to give you the actor, the role, and the years they won an Emmy, and you're going to tell me what show it was on.
I guess we need points, so we'll go easy for right now.
Okay, so the easy question in guest stars. So the actress is Emma Thompson. She won the Emmy Award for Best Guest Star in 1998, and her character was a lesbian version of herself.
Now that's an easy question. This is definitely Ellen.
All right, the correct answer is Ellen. Nice job. Chris looks over at me and he's like, wait, this is the easy question?
I have never seen Ellen in my life.
And to be fair,
neither have I, but
yeah.
you were alive in 1998, right?
Yeah, it was all the because it wasn't
it made magazine covers.
So Maggie and Chris, the hard question is, so the actor is Mel Brooks. He won Best Guest Star from 1997 to 1999, so he won 3 years of Best Guest Star for a TV show by playing Uncle Phil. And the show ran for 8 seasons.
Oh my god. Mel Brooks as an Uncle Phil?
It's gotta be like Curb Your Enthusiasm or...
Oh, Seinfeld was still on back then. Curb wasn't on yet.
What about the Larry Sanders Show or...
We already had a Larry Sanders question. It's not going to be that.
Oh, okay. And we already had Seinfeld, so...
We haven't had Seinfeld yet, but it wouldn't... He would. If it was Seinfeld, I'd know it. I would recognize Mel Brooks on Seinfeld. I've seen that show soup to nuts 4 or 5 times. Oh, God, what else would... So if it's Mel Brooks, it's got to be like some sort of a highbrow show, right?
Yeah.
So what are smart comedies? I didn't watch them because I was in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't smart in the 90s. One could say I'm not smart now.
We have our episode title.
Shoot.
Okay. He said he won it 3 times?
3 times, 1997, 1998, and 1999.
So it's around the time Frasier is on, but it's not Frasier.
Could it have been like Will and Grace?
That's not a bad guess. It damn well could have been Will and Grace.
Well...
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Will and Grace?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but like not enough to say I know Mel Brooks is in that.
I also don't know if Will and Grace was in the 90s, to be fair. So I don't know if we should adopt that as a plan here. Oh,
yeah, maybe it was. I don't know if it was majority in the 90s or not.
Mel Brooks.
I know, this is so weird.
In a sitcom.
Honestly, if the Larry Sanders Show was on there, I would have gone with that, but we've already used that one.
What's the other show? There's Curb Your Enthusiasm. There's Larry Sanders. There's... What's the other one?
Yeah, this is a hard question. You'd think a 3-time Emmy Award winner would not be a hard question, but here we are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Because you always get mad at me for writing really easy questions, so I'm glad these are stumping you guys.
Congratulations, Leah.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to come up with a better answer than Will and Grace, but I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of anything. I'm sorry. Nothing.
All right, we'll take it on the chin and lock in Will and Grace.
Okay, so Mel Brooks won the guest star Emmy, 97 to 99, playing Uncle Phil on a TV show called Mad About You.
Oh, it was Mad About You.
Oh my gosh, that was a total guess.
We would have actually gotten that right on a total guess.
Okay, so after that question, the score update, Mike and Nikki have 11 points, and Maggie and Chris have 13 points.
All right, Maggie, we still have a lead.
Okay, and so for this question, it goes back to...
Me and Maggie and me.
Yeah, Maggie and Chris. So you guys get to decide if you want the easy question or the hard question. Your category is kids.
I'm assuming this could possibly be like one of the kids' television shows.
I mean, I was a kid in the 90s.
Okay, you want to go easy, you want to go hard?
Chris, you were a younger kid than me.
I was. Not by much. I think you got me about 2 or 3 years. Calm down.
Well, still. I feel like we got this on kids. Okay. I don't know if you want to go big. Or...
Let's go big or go home. Let's do it. We'll take the hard one. You can give the easy one to Nick and Mickey. Go.
Yeah. Nick and Mickey. Okay.
Nick and Mickey?
Sorry. I've been drinking, guys.
Me too.
Okay, so your hard question in the category of kids is, what were the names of 3 of the children on the TV show Step by Step?
Oh, God.
So there were 6 kids. Jesus. There were 6 kids total, and I just need the names of 3 of the 6. I could have made it really difficult and you name all 6, but I thought that would be unfair, so I just said 3 of the 6.
All of it's unfair, because I don't know any of those kids' names.
Okay. I feel like there was one on that show that I had a crush on. It was her name was Christine Lakin. I thought her name on the show was like CJ, but I could be getting her mixed up with CJ Craig from The West Wing, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Or CJ from Baywatch.
Oh, no.
So my first thought, Chris, was the name Corey, because I feel like, okay, so there was a Cody on Step by Step, and he was not a kid. He was a friend of the family. Yeah. And this I remember.
Yes, I remember
but
that.
Could there have been a Corey and a Cody on the same show? Maybe not.
Honestly, it's going to be 3 names, and I'm not going to know anyone. There was definitely 2 guys on the show. Then there were... I didn't know there were 6 kids. I knew there were 2 guys, there were 2 girls, and... What's her name? Christine Lakin's character was very close in age with another girl on the show. And the other girl on the show was like very prim and proper. And then Christine Lakin was like the tomboy. I thought her name was like Valerie.
Yeah. So the whole plot of Step by Step, right, were these 2 families coming together. So there was like a boy and a girl from the dad and a boy and a girl from the mom.
Yes.
And Suzanne Summers was a beautician. And
Patrick Duffy.
Patrick Duffy was like the, tough guy or whatever, and his kids were tough or whatever. And the girl of Patrick Duffy was like a tough tomboy girl or something, right?
Yeah, I thought her name was CJ, but I could be wrong.
Okay. We can say CJ. I'm okay with CJ.
You want to go Corey?
No, not necessarily. I feel like I might have messed that up because of Cody.
Well, you married a Cody.
I married a Cody, and I do remember Cody in the show being like the cute, like, hey, bro, like surfer guy, friend of the family.
Yeah, that guy.
So,
bro guy.
So it wasn't him. Do you guys remember the theme song of the show where they're in an amusement park?
Day by day. Yeah, they're
on roller coasters.
On a giant wooden roller coaster, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid going, oh man, maybe one day I'll get to be on a roller coaster.
Where did you grow up?
My sad childhood. Chris, I don't think we're going to get this. I think we're screwed.
Let's go CJ and Valerie and... Steve, yeah. We'll go CJ, Valerie, and Steve.
Okay. So your correct answer is from the dad's side of the family. So there was JT. He was the oldest. Then there was Al. So that's the one you had a crush on, not CJ. It's Al.
Oh, Al.
Her name was apparently Alicia, but they called her Al. And then Brendan was the youngest. And then from the mom's side, it was Dana, who was the oldest. She was the prim and proper one. But then there was also Karen, who was also prim and proper. And her parents in real life took all of her money as a child actress. So I saw her on the news one day. And then the little brother was Mark. So you didn't get any points there. Sorry, guys.
There's Cody, though. Cody's right there.
Hi, Cody.
All right, Leah, take us away. Give him the easy question and give him the lead.
All right, Mike and Nikki. So your question is, what were the names of 2 of the 3 boys on Home Improvement?
Oh, my God. I watched that show for so long. And I
think the youngest was Mark.
Okay,
Was it
right.
Mark or something?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Mark.
And like Taylor or Zach.
Well, Zachary Ty Bryan was the oldest's real name.
I think maybe I'm confusing the real name.
That's the problem, right? So it was like it's Zachary Ty Bryan, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and shoot.
For some reason,
I watched like 5 seasons or however many, but I don't remember the freaking kids' names.
For some reason, I feel like the youngest one was Mark.
Mark sounds right.
Was it like Brandon or
was it Brad?
Maybe it was Brad.
Maybe it was Brad. Brad sounds right. What was JTT's character's name?
I don't know. He's just JTT.
I know.
I keep thinking Taylor, but I'm like, no, because his name was Tim Taylor.
Right. No, exactly.
But
exactly. Damn.
I think Brad.
Like her name was Jill.
Yeah,
it was Tim and Jill.
Tim and Jill, and the who was his partner? Was his name Brad?
No, that was Al. Al Borland.
Al Borland. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I can pull up all this stuff. And then Wilson. I can't remember the freaking kids' names. I was uninterested in that.
I don't know why. The only one.
No, Mark's definitely right, that definitely sounds right. That's the youngest.
The two oldest ones I just don't, because I think of them as Zach and JTT.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But Brad seems right or close.
Yeah, Brad seems right. It's really bothering me that I can't come up with Jonathan Taylor Thomas's character's name though. But I mean, we can lock in with those two. I don't know. I don't remember. It's crazy that I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either. I remember like so much about that show.
Yeah,
not
Heidi. Like I can I can name every character except for the boys, and like I don't think I can name any of the boys. I mean, I was a heterosexual pre-adolescent male. Yes, I can name Heidi, yeah. But All
right, fine. Let's just go Mark and Brad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so the correct answers
I hate you.
for the 2 of the 3 boys. So the oldest was named Brad. The middle son, JTT, was named Randy. And the youngest kid was named Mark. So nice job.
I was thinking Ryan for some reason. So I knew it was our name.
I don't know why the only one I can remember was Mark. I don't know why.
Okay, so after that round, Nikki and Mike have 16 points, and Maggie and Chris have 13 points. All right, so Mike and Nikki, you guys get to choose the next easy, hard options. And the category is spin-offs. So I'm going to give you the title of the spin-off, and you're going to tell me what show originated that universe. So do you want the easy question or the hard question?
Yeah, we'll go easy.
Okay, so your TV show spin-off is Frasier. Tell me what show it spun off from.
I was like, that's funny.
I'm sorry, Leah. I didn't mean to steal. We didn't mean to steal all your thunder there.
It's fine.
It's just like it's just like the most famous spin-off I can think of.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Yes, so after the destruction of his marriage in Boston, Frasier moved back to his hometown of Seattle for a fresh start on the TV show Frasier. Maggie and Chris, your hard question in the category of spin-offs is Family Matters.
Ooh.
This is a spin-off of another show?
Yes, it is a spin-off of another show, and I researched it today and got all this background knowledge.
I know the answer to this, Chris.
I'm glad you do. I don't. I didn't know it was a spin-off.
So is the question, what show spun off Family Matters?
Yeah, what show did they start in before they had Family Matters as the show? So
right, so this other show started before Family Matters did.
Okay. The answer is Perfect Strangers.
Yes.
Yes, so that is correct. It's Perfect Strangers. So Harriet,
well done.
So Harriet Winslow, who's the mom, I guess, worked at the newspaper in season 4 of Perfect Strangers. So she worked as an elevator operator, and then her husband Carl also appeared in, here and there. So then in season 5, Family Matters was created and aired with Perfect Strangers in the TGIF lineup on ABC.
Oh, Maggie, you are my favorite person in the world. Cheers to that. Nicely done.
Yes. Cheers.
Okay, so Maggie and Chris, you guys get to choose the next one, and the category is workplaces. So I'm going to give you the list of, I'm going to give you the name of a place that the show primarily took place in, which is a workplace, and you're going to tell me the show that it took place in.
So Maggie, I don't know about you, but we just nailed a hard question, so we're like riding on cloud 9 right now. I'm good to go hard on this, but that's. Oh, hold on. You said it's workplaces, though.
Yes, workplaces.
If it was like Frasier, it wouldn't be a hard question, it'd be an easy question. It's gonna be one of those like 1 or 2 season damn shows. Your call.
But like Frasier, would that be considered a workplace sitcom?
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be a workplace sitcom, though.
But the majority of the episodes take place at the workplace, so I guess it could be a workplace sitcom. I wouldn't get wrapped up in all that, but these are ones that a lot of the TV shows take place at their workplace.
Maggie, your call.
Well, okay, so Chris, I'm gonna have to like defer to you strategy-wise because I don't. Honestly, like I feel like we could get this, but I don't want to like bite off more than I can chew here.
Part of me says take the easy route, because I'd like to go into the. Is this the last question of this round?
There's one more, so you guys each get 3 and 3 of getting to choose. I thought that would be fair.
I like taking the easy question, but that's me.
Yeah, let's do it. Easy.
Okay, so the easy question in the category of workplaces is Minnesota State University.
I'm pretty sure, Maggie, that's where Craig T. Nelson worked and coach. I think he was a football coach at Minnesota State. Because when he left there, he went to the Orlando Breakers. Because my mother is in love with Craig T. Nelson.
Okay, so your correct answer is coach. So the show lasted, I don't know, I didn't write it down, like 7 or 8 seasons. It was a long time. And for then the last 2 seasons of the show, he worked for the Orlando Breakers NFL expansion team. But for the majority of the show, he worked for the Minnesota State University Screaming Eagles, who were a Division 1A team.
Yeah, he won he led him to a national championship in like season 5 or something like that. That's nice. That's a show I need to go back and watch.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki, you guys get the hard question in workplaces.
And no chance in holy hell we'd have gotten the easy one, so we're a little frightened here.
Okay, so your hard question is Station WNYX.
Station WNYX. So something where they worked for a radio?
Right. Shoot.
Was it like newsroom?
That was trying to. It wasn't newsroom, but it was the one with Phil Hartman is the one that popped into my head.
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was something news something.
Yeah, it was news something.
Was it just news radio?
It was maybe news radio.
I think it was just called the news radio.
You might be right.
I mean, I don't know what else I'm confused.
I don't either. So we'll I guess we can go with that.
We'll go with news radio.
News radio.
Leah and I were having an argument here. I apologize.
Yeah, sorry. Did you guys lock in with something yet?
We're gonna go news radio.
Okay, so your correct answer is news radio. So this was it was a fictional AM radio station in New York City.
I'm very mad because I thought for the longest time, I thought that entire show was called The Phil Hartman Show.
Chris is like, it's called The Phil Hartman Show, right? And I was like, yeah, Phil Hartman was on it. He's like, no, it's called The Phil Hartman Show. I was like, no, that's not the title of it.
Rest in peace, Phil Hartman.
Oh, man, I loved this show when it was on because it had Dave Foley. It had more Tierney. It had Phil Hartman. It had Stephen Root, Sarasota native Stephen Root. I love the show when it was on.
Yeah.
So.
It's a great show. Dave Foley, a Kids in the Hall alum. What a magical performance. Yeah.
Okay, so so after that round, Maggie and Chris have 28 points, and Mike and Nikki have 31 points. Okay, so the last category in this easy hard categories or groups of categories is called changes. So these are things that were changed on shows after they began to air. Do you want the easy question or the hard question? I actually had a lot of these, so I had to narrow it down to just 2. So,
is this our choice or theirs? Sorry.
It's their choice.
It's Mike and Nikki's choice.
Okay. Let's do it. We'll go hard.
Okay, let's go hard. All right, so on what TV sitcom did the show start with a laugh track in season 1, but it was used more sparingly near the end of the season? The executives decided to lose the laugh track at the end of season 1 and then did not use a laugh track at all during season 2, which was their final season.
Are you kidding me?
All right, so it's something that only lasted 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Right.
I am
started
so mad
with a
right
laugh
now.
track and ended with no laugh track.
So mad right now.
All right, well, I feel good because at least we took the hard away from Chris, who clearly knows it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, so what was something that lasted 2 seasons? But she says it's something that you would have heard of, so it's got to be something we've heard of.
Well, the 90s was definitely like a transitional period where they were going from like your more traditional sitcoms to they started doing a lot of single camera and stuff like that, and started foregoing laugh tracks. So
something more mid-90s.
That's probably
mid to late 90s, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a needle in a haystack. I don't know.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It started with a laugh track, but they used it minimally, and then they got rid of it in season 2. And it only lasted 2 seasons. So this is a weird one that popped into my head, but I'm pretty sure it was only about 2 seasons. It might not have even made it 2. It was early 90s, but for some reason Herman's head popped into my head. But that would not have been like I don't know why that popped in my head, because that wouldn't even made sense. Like they would have not have been sophisticated enough to try to make considerations about the laugh track on that. But yeah, it's probably, and that was early 90s too. And you're right, it's probably more mid to late, because that was when they were starting to get a little to broaden their horizons a little bit.
I don't know. This I don't know what
I don't know. I don't know if we're
I have no.
I don't have
anything
a strong
about the show. Like,
exactly, and I don't have a strong bearing on this. Like even if we had the years, that would give me something. But I mean, it's a show that only ran 2 seasons.
Started with a laugh track and lost a laugh track.
Right, yeah. I mean, that just doesn't.
It's Chris knows it's some kind of factoid, but I don't know.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
And I feel like it's one that, but
we're gonna know.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like as soon as I hear it, it's gonna be like, yep, I did know that factoid and completely forgot. I don't know. Let's just lock in Herman's head, because I don't know why the hell that popped into my head.
Pops in your head, so do it.
Yeah.
All right, your head.
We're gonna lock in with Herman's head.
Okay, so Chris wants to chime in, so he's very excited to chime in here.
I'm very mad that they didn't give us the hard question, because we would have had a lead.
You're gonna have a lead anyway.
We don't know that for sure.
Well, but if you knew this one, you're probably gonna know the easy one.
No, the only reason I know this one is because when Leah and I started dating, she told me it was one of her favorite television shows, aside from the other television show this gentleman created, and his name is Mr. Aaron Sorkin. This is the first show he created. It's freaking Sports Night.
He literally created Sports Night. And
Sports Night.
Yeah, and did West Wing immediately after that, and it actually stars, kind of stars Josh Malina, who later went on to be on the West Wing, and it had a lot of guest stars like Janelle Maloney and Clark Gregg, and other people who also appeared on the West Wing got their start on Sports Night.
Good question. I'm mad.
Okie dokie. So that was the hard question. So the easy question in changes is, which character on Roseanne was replaced after season 5 by Sarah Chalky, only then to be replaced back to the original actress Lacey Goranson for season 10. The 2 actresses shared the roles depending on the episodes for several seasons. So I need the character's name.
Maggie, were you a Roseanne fan?
Huge Roseanne fan. It's obviously Becky, right?
Is Becky the older daughter, the blonde?
Yep.
Yeah. So she's the one that had the good hair, right?
Becky with the good hair. They both actually had pretty good hair. Both actresses. Yeah.
Well, the correct answer is Becky. Nice job.
Good
and so, yeah,
Maggie.
it is funny because there is one episode where at the very end, in the ending credits, it has both of them. And it has some kind of like funny song where they're both like popping out behind, a screen or whatever, because they're both on the same episodes. It was like really goofy.
Also, since they got rid of Roseanne,
there was an episode too, right, where Roseanne was just like, Becky, you're not even the same person anymore.
They definitely like decided to not even try to like hide it. They were just like, it's just funny. Like, who are you? Where have you been for the past 2 years?
Like, you've been watching the spinoff The Connors, or we'll call it a spinoff because they paid Roseanne to go away.
I have. I like The Connors.
That show is funny as hell. I never watched Roseanne.
And the guy Darlene is dating now is super cute, in my opinion.
I couldn't stand Roseanne in that show, but I'll watch John Goodman knit me a freaking sweater, man. That guy is funny as hell.
And the aunt,
Laurie Metcalf.
She's so good. Jackie.
Laurie Metcalf is a gift to America. Let me tell you that. Like, she is spectacular as an actress. She's the mom in Toy Story. She's had amazing roles. And she's fantastic. She's won multiple Emmys for that role as Aunt Jackie. She's fantastic.
All right, so this is round 2. So this category, or this round, is all theme songs. So all the questions are going to be worth 10 points. And I'm going to be giving you a lyric to a theme song, and your job is to tell me what TV show had that theme song. So I'm looking for the TV show here. So the number 1 question is, a light is waiting to carry you home.
Locked in.
Yeah, we can lock in.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki are locked in. Chris and Maggie can talk it out.
Yeah, Maggie.
Yeah, I know this one for sure.
It's Full House, right?
Yeah, it's Full House. Yeah.
Okay, so Maggie and Chris say Full House. Mike and Nikki, what do you say?
Yeah, it's Full House.
Everywhere you look.
Everywhere.
All right. Great job. All right. So the correct answer is Full House. Nice job. Okay. So question number 2 is your lyric is, slap on a smile, come out and walk in the sun for a while.
Leah, can you sing it for us?
I could. Trust me. I wanted to play the songs on here because I was a huge theme song girl. Like, I had a whole, I would illegally download the theme song. So I wish I could play them, but I think we would get sued. So
understand. Yeah. Can't blame a guy for trying.
I'm going to have to sing to myself for a minute.
This is a sharp contrast from the first question. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, Leah writes easy questions. Oh no, just give me a theme and I can hone in on it and go, we're doing deep dives. 90s sitcoms deep dives.
This is making me really mad. Because, I know that lyric so well.
Right?
Come on, walk in the sun for a while.
Do you guys want to know info, about when the show ran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
We'll take any hints we can get.
It ran for 5 seasons. It had its pilot in 1990, and it actually started its run in January of 1991, and then it ran until 1995. Has anyone locked in yet?
Yeah, we're going to begrudgingly lock in.
Okay. So Mike and Nikki get to talk it out.
No, that's a legit question.
We've
gone down so many avenues at this point.
Or our instinct was early 90s, which you said it was.
Yeah, which is okay. Early, because this feel like just this lyric sounds 80s, which suggested early 90s to me.
we were like, all right,
what comedian would have had? I think that's actually a good way to look at it, is what comedian would have had.
Because I was just thinking this slap on a smile or whatever,
right? So
maybe it was because I'm just thinking Seinfeld came out right before that, so the popularity of Seinfeld, it could be some kind of
comedian. But Seinfeld didn't get popular until 93.
Oh, okay. I just don't. This is gonna be so easy. As soon as we hear it, I can't pick the lyric from it just doesn't.
Yeah, I know. Nothing is coming out to me.
So something in the sun. I was thinking some show where they were on the beach.
We're on the beach. Yeah, exactly. Baywatch wasn't a sitcom. And Son of the Beach didn't come out until late 90s. Maybe I was even early 2000s. That was the Baywatch parody.
Just what came out in early 90s?
Yeah, I know.
Ran for 5 seasons.
Yeah, early 90s is going to be my bigger gap in knowledge because I just don't know. That's too late for A Different World, right? I was just trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get there.
Honestly, I'm about to just say I give.
Yeah,
I
think we can just give. I don't know if we're gonna
we're never
even though I think it was earlier, I'll just say A Different World just because that suddenly popped into my head. I don't think it's right at all, and I think that was earlier, but it's something. So,
A Different World.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki are locked in with A Different World. Maggie and Chris, what did you guys say?
So. I think this is kind of the same boat as Mike and Nikki. I think this was a war of attrition on either one of us to come up with the correct answer. I have what I think is a good guess. I know you're a fan of Saved by the Bell, and so that means that you may have looped in a similar television show to Saved by the Bell in this. So we locked in with California Dreams.
Well, you're correct in knowing that I love California Dreams. It was my jam in like 1997. But the correct answer for this question is Blossom.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. Oh!
Like, if you had talked to anything about the show Blossom, I might could have, like, I knew some basic plot points of Blossom, but
and so,
I don't remember this.
Yes,
mad.
my first crush was David Lasher, who is originally on Hey Dude, which is when I had a crush on him. But then he played Vinny, Blossom's boyfriend on Blossom, which is why I watched the show.
Leah, Hey Dude was such a huge moment in my adolescent life. Like,
Mine too.
Hey Dude, like, made me a woman. So we're not going to have any Blossom questions from here on out. Like, I'm so disappointed. I love Blossom.
Yeah, Blossom was really good, and the fashion on that show was amazing. Just throwing that out.
Dude, the hats. I had a velvet hat with a flower on the front.
Yep.
That was my jam.
Yeah.
When I was 10. Yeah.
And I would recommend everyone after this airing is over to Google on YouTube the theme song to Blossom, because it is legit.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, but we're going to move forward. So question number 3 in the theme song question. Hopefully this will be a little bit in everyone else's wheelhouse. So the lyric is, if anything, I could say that this cab was rare.
Yeah, we can lock in.
But I thought, man, forget it. Go home to Bel Air. Fresh Prince of Bel Air, I'm pretty sure, is the answer to that question.
Yes.
And Chris and Maggie, what did you guys lock in with?
This is for sure the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I could rattle off the whole song to you right now.
It was so hard because I was like, that's what people remember about the show is a theme song. I have to throw it in here, but every single line in that theme song people know. So
are you no. The scene, the episode where Will Smith's dad comes back and he's a long haul truck.
Yes.
And he leaves and tells Uncle Phil to tell Will that he just had to leave because the offer was too good. That episode makes me cry, and I am a 37-year-old man.
It's a very special episode, Chris. That's
Holy
how come.
Yeah, that's what we know about the 90s.
Why doesn't he love me? Why doesn't he love me?
Oh my God! And then the end when he tells Uncle Phil that he's his father. Like, oh my God! Like, I'm getting choked up talking about it right now. My God.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep. Very special. Very special.
And
episode.
Chris is crying next to me, in case anyone's wondering.
No, I can see Chris cry.
And the Carlton dance. I mean, that's really the only other thing that I know is the Carlton. Do the Carlton. But okay, great job, everyone. So everyone is up 10 points. So Maggie and Chris have 53 points, and Mike and Nikki have 51 points. So it's still anybody's game. All right, so the fourth theme song lyric is this. Try, 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 and you will only come to this conclusion.
All right, I just want to go on record. We can totally hear this in our head, and it's driving us nuts that we can't pin it down to a sitcom right now.
Is this one California Dreams?
I'll give you guys a hint. California Dreams did not make it, and I don't know why they didn't come up on my list, but that's Surf Dudes with Attitudes. Kinda groovy. I can give you more of the lyric if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hold on. Mike and Nikki, do you guys want more of the lyric as well?
Hurt.
I mean, on one hand, I'm sitting here like it couldn't hurt, but on the other hand, I'm like, I can hear the song in my head, so I don't know that it's going to get me there, and I don't necessarily want to give you guys an advantage. But sure, we'll take more.
Here's my problem. There's a Smashing Pumpkins song called Try, Try, Try that's really pissing me off. And I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah, I hear you there, but that's not what this – that's not what it is.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Anyway, I'm okay with taking more.
Okay. So these are the lines before it, too. Try, try, try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, 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 and you will only come to this conclusion.
Son of a gun. We can lock in.
So it helped them. Did it help Chris and Maggie? Let's see.
I've heard this song before, and it's pissing me off.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, so they know it. Like,
oh God, this
it's not sister, right? Like, I'm trying to think of like try, it's an illusion. Try, and you can only, what is it? Try.
Come to this conclusion.
Come to this conclusion.
Try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, and you can only come to this conclusion. I'm gonna kill I'm so angry right now because without the melody, it's not in my head. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't picture it tied to a television show, but I've heard this song before. That's what's irking me.
Okay, so try the melody out, Chris, because that might help me. Like, try singing it.
I can't right now. This is what's bothering me. This is not a theme song. This is a song. I've heard this song before, and it's pissing me off.
Oh! Wait, it's Love and Marriage.
It's Sinatra. Yeah, it's Sinatra. Love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. Okay, so what is that?
It's Married with Children.
Married with Children. Lock it in. That's it.
Wow. Okay, so Maggie and Chris, after 27 hours of debating, got to Married with Children. And Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Hey, it's funny. As soon as I heard Maggie go, oh, and I turned to Nikki and go, she just got there. No, yeah, we locked in with Married with Children.
Oh my God, I missed the Sinatra question.
Chris, you saved the day there because you were like, this has nothing to do with the show.
I've heard that song. It's Love and Marriage. It's Sinatra.
And it's Frank Sinatra. And when you said that, I was like, yes, it has nothing to do with the show. And that unlocked a whole thing for me. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, so everyone picks up 10 points there. So Maggie and Chris still have 63 points, or have 63 points now, and Mike and Nikki have 61 points. Going into the final theme song question. With my homegirl standing to my left and my right, True Blue, it's tight like glue.
We're going to lock in. Mike and Nikki, talk it out. And on the record, this is all Maggie. I have no idea. I've never heard this song.
I mean, all I've been able to think about is Baywatch so far. So,
all right. So, True Blue. I keep thinking like that means something.
I keep going True Blue, baby. I love you in my head. I mean,
so my homegirl to my left and my right.
With my homegirls to my left and my right, True Blue. Baby, I love you. Like, that's what I keep going in my head. I know that's not like how she said it, but I mean, it's going to be a female-centric sitcom, I feel like. And with the phrasing homegirls, I'm guessing probably African American theme, predominantly African American cast. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
It doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe, homegirl was maybe a little bit more of a ubiquitous term in the 90s. I wasn't a girl back then, so I'm not a girl now either, but I wasn't a girl back then. I did play a Valley Girl back around that time in a skit in high school. None of that helps. It's just an interesting factoid about me.
Now you have me thinking on a different level, though, because homegirl or homies or whatever, I'm thinking like rolling with the homies. What if it's the Clueless TV show?
It's funny because I actually thought about the Clueless TV show, but this is going to be maybe a weird thing, but I feel like if California Dreams didn't show up here, there's no way the Clueless, like, is that?
Yeah, I never watched the Clueless
I never watched.
TV show.
I didn't get the impression anybody watched the Clueless TV show.
I don't know what has to do with True Blue. It's just as long as you said though.
It's funny. No, I absolutely thought of the Clueless TV show, which is weird, but good gravy.
I don't think I'm gonna get that.
I don't either, but it's gonna bother me because I'm sure it's something that I at least.
It sounded familiar, like it really does, and I just can't.
It doesn't sound familiar to me. I
just wanted like the True Blue was like the true, like what is, like I'm wondering if it's like a sorority or like something.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think.
I mean, I mean, there you go. I mean, it could be college themed.
It's not a different world. That's like the only.
No, I know it's
exactly.
I don't
think it's a different world. So.
Exactly, and I don't want to guess a different world again.
And it's not like that's not.
It's not. No, because it's a different world. I mean, even when I guessed it the first time, it was like I wanted to have something to guess. I didn't think it was right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Are we sure it's not Clueless? Because she had two best friends.
We can say Clueless. All I've got is clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you, and True Blue, baby, I love you. So I'm clearly stuck in the 70s and 80s.
Well, I'm just thinking the main character of Clueless Cher had two best friends.
Yeah.
Dee and Ty or whatever. So
be like that's
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know what the True Blue. Maybe they live in California, whatever.
I mean I don't know. That's fair.
It's a total strive.
We can guess that. I literally have no idea.
Clue.
Yeah.
I find Clueless. I'm over it.
Okay. So Mike and Nikki locked in with Clueless. Maggie and Chris, what did you guys lock in with?
Yeah, so I the song doesn't ring a bell to me at all, but when I heard Homegirls, I just kind of guessed, and it's a wild guess. It's, my guess is Living Single.
And your correct answer is Queen Latifah's own Living Single. Nice job, Maggie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Damn, Maggie.
Totally forgot the existence of that sitcom, but that makes total sense.
All right, so going into our final round of questions before the final questions. Maggie and Chris have 73 points, and Mike and Nikki have 61 points.
Whew.
And for this round, all questions are also worth 10 points. So, and the category for round 3 is called Name That Show According to IMDb.
Ooh.
So IMDb has this feature on their website when you look up a show called plot keywords. So I think it's supposed to be used for, like, if you're searching for a specific genre or a certain topic, you can search those keywords and the shows that meet those plot points come up. So I looked up 5 90s sitcoms, and I picked the plot keywords that IMDb listed, to describe those sitcoms, and I picked probably around 4 words or phrases that I feel like best summed up those TV shows. So I'm going to give you the IMDb plot keywords according to the website, and you're going to tell me what TV show it's being described. All right, so you're just going to give me the TV show. So number 1, female protagonist, stand-up comedian, small town, and recovering alcoholic. Those are your IMDb plot keywords. You're going to tell me what show it's from.
Can you repeat those one more time?
I absolutely can. Female protagonist, stand-up comedian, small town, and recovering alcoholic. And the show ran from 1993 to 1998.
Okay, so I think I know what it is.
Okay, so do Maggie and Chris want to lock in?
Yeah, locking, because I have no idea.
So female lead character.
Right.
A stand-up comedian, which we don't know the stand-up comedian is the female or...
yeah, we don't know that the female... that's, I never watched the show, but it honestly, I know Margaret Cho had a show around that time. It's the first thing that popped in my head. Could not tell you, gun to my head, you're going to take my firstborn. Could not tell you the name of that.
I didn't know she had a show.
She did, in sometime in the 90s. I thought it was maybe a little later, but not much. It was around that time. But I don't want to necessarily steer us in that direction.
The stand-up comedian, she was a stand-up comedian. But again, I don't know if it was a female stand-up comedian.
Again, it could be a female protagonist but I'm
guessing it's a female stand-up comedian.
That's what I would think, right?
We've already used Ellen, so it's definitely not
Ellen. Other, I'm trying to think other stand-up other big female stand-up comedians around that time.
That would have maybe had
would maybe had a TV show.
The only thing I watched in the 90s were kid shows.
I think it's that show. I think it's that show with Margaret Cho, but I could not for the life of me tell you what that show was called. And I also didn't necessarily think it ran that long, but I mean, I guess I did think it ran for a fairly decent time. All right. I will if you're okay with it, we'll lock in with the Margaret Cho show.
Sure.
Okay, and Maggie and Chris, what did you lock in with?
No, Maggie.
What did Maggie lock in with?
So I'm an old lady, so like maybe this isn't it to my advantage today, but I could also be way off on this. What I locked in with is Grace Under Fire, the Brett Butler vehicle.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Okay, so your correct answer is Grace Under Fire.
Completely
Nice.
forgot the existence of that show. Well done.
Yeah, this was a show starring Brett Butler as a single mom learning how to cope with raising her 3 children alone after finally divorcing her abusive husband. And I do believe that she was an recovering alcoholic on the show.
Yep, she was.
And to be clear to our listeners, that's not Brett Butler, the player for the Dodgers at that time, which always confused me. And it is certainly not Brett Butler, the main character or the main male character from Gone with the Wind.
That's what I thought. I was like, ugh, it's that stupid person from Gone with the Wind, isn't it?
Yeah, not Rhett, but Brett and
Right.
a lady.
No, that's a great pull. As soon as you said it, I was like, I completely forgot about that show, but that's it. Yeah, well done.
Okay, so question number 2 in IMDb plot keywords. Character name as series title. Detroit, Michigan. Radio personality. African American.
All right, I think we can lock in.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki are locked in. Maggie and Chris, talk it out.
So I'm trying to think of African American sitcoms from this time frame.
Yeah, so what popped into my head first, Chris, and you're probably going to laugh at this, but do you remember the show? I can't remember the guy's name. Black guy who was like a garbage man. And he was the main character in the show, and it was his name. He was the garbage guy.
That's not sounding familiar to me, but it doesn't mean I'm
No?
wrong. So this could be my Caucasian privilege here. The only African American fronted sitcom that's coming to mind right now is Martin.
Yeah, no, that's a much better guess.
But there's also the Wayans Brothers show, but neither one of them that doesn't fit into this at all.
No.
It's
so
not the Wayans Brothers.
It's Detroit. It's same
That's
name
bothering
as
me.
series.
Martin is not a Detroit show.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
But it could have been, and we just missed that because we're whitey, you know, like, and we were young. I mean,
we were young and white and privileged. Yeah, I get it.
But we could have missed that detail. I remember Martin, like the show Martin was hilarious.
So
like,
damn funny.
And it was dirty. Like I remember as a kid it being sort of like, you know, it's kind of like a bad thing. I felt bad about watching it, like I was doing a wrong thing or whatever. As a 12-year-old,
I don't remember. He wasn't a garbage man though.
No.
I thought Martin was L.A. based. I could be wrong.
No, and well, so it could have been L.A., but I want to say Martin in the show was closer to a radio personality than Rock was, and maybe it wasn't even Rock. Maybe Mike knows, because of course he knows everything, and he can chime in. But there was a show about the guy who was a famous black actor, and I feel terrible that I don't remember his name, but he was a really gifted actor, and he was on a show about a black man who was a garbage man, and the name of his character was the name of the show.
So we're not talking about Arsenio Hall.
No. This was a sitcom. This was a sitcom. It was a comedy. But I think we should go with Martin, Chris, because
was he a comedian though?
No. He was a trash collector.
No. But was the actor that played him a stand-up comedian?
No, he was the actor that played him was a like a regular actor. So I think Martin's the best guess. I'm just saying that was what popped in my head first. So let's lock in with Martin.
Okay.
And let the chips fall where they may.
I'm okay with that. We'll lock in with Martin.
Okay. Maggie and Chris locked in with Martin. Mike and Nikki, what did you lock in with?
Well, first of all, I can validate Maggie. There was a sitcom called Rock. I didn't remember any of the specifics about it. It only lasted about a season. It didn't go very far. You guys know way more about the sitcom Martin than either of us do, I think. But we also locked in with Martin, so the chips are going to fall with the status quo either way.
Okay, so this TV show was set in Detroit, Michigan. The show starred Martin Lawrence in the role of Martin Payne, who was a disc jockey with his girlfriend, Gina. He worked for the fictional radio station WZUP, which I thought would maybe trip up people who maybe would have thought that for news radio.
What's up?
Nope, what's up?
Oh,
Leah, that was literally the only reason I locked in Martin was because I was like, I feel like there was a WZUP in there.
What's up?
Okay, well, nice job, everyone. Everyone picks up points. As a score update,
I'm so pissed you guys got that. I actually thought maybe if we could have potentially had a leg up, but well done.
Yeah, so Maggie and Chris have 93 points, and Mike and Nikki have 71. Going into question number 3. So your IMDb plot keywords for this show are husband-wife relationship, hippie, neo-screwball comedy, and character names as series title.
Locked in.
Yeah. This is definitely Dharma and Greg.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki locked in with Dharma and Greg. What did Maggie and Chris lock in with?
Take it, Maggie.
Yeah, it's definitely Dharma and Greg. Like, that's easy.
All right, well, everyone picks up points there, so it's 103 to 81.
I love that show. I do. I love that
I
show.
think you can watch that. It is streaming somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Okay, so your fourth question in the IMDb plot key points or keywords category is, here are your keywords. Rooftop, siblings living together, fish out of water, and human form.
We can lock in.
All right, Maggie, so the things that come to mind, fish out of water and specifically human form, brings Third Rock to the Sun to the front of my mind.
Yeah, for sure. But rooftop?
I thought there was a rooftop. Like I'm pretty sure that's where like John Lithgow and anyone that who was the blonde in that show? I can't remember her name.
Kristen something.
Yeah, I thought that's where like they would step out on the rooftop to talk to their mothership.
Oh, and what was the other bit?
What was the last part there, babe?
Siblings, fish
human
out of water.
Form.
Like siblings, John Lithgow was the father figure. The blonde lady was like the crazy aunt or something like that. French Stewart was a crazy uncle, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and there was a girl in there. I think they were brother and sister. That's where my mind goes. But when I think about that show, I just think of, honest to God, I don't think of John Lithgow. I think of French Stewart's awesome freaking creation on that show, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing the teenage son.
Yeah, I don't think of siblings.
I don't either. That's the only thing that's bothering me. But human form, like, what the hell else could it be?
Siblings living together.
Human form is obviously the big one to me, and that's what's shouting Third Rock from the Sun.
I mean, I don't have a better guess, Chris. So
you want to lock in with that? Yeah, we'll lock in Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay, and then Mike and Nikki, you can tell us your answer and also maybe fill in some missing information that we may have regarding the show, because I know it's one of your faves.
Well, I mean, I watched it. I watched it. I liked it. I don't remember much about it, so I don't know if I can fill in anything else.
Do you know about the siblings?
I don't know if it was mentioned that it was like the weird thing about, even though Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the teenager, he was also the commander. But yeah, we also locked in with Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay, so your correct answer is Third Rock from the Sun. So, unknown about siblings living together. Maybe they were siblings on their planet, and when they were made in human form, they were
sisters.
I think they were brother, or at least
they're human.
At least I think John Lithgow and Kristen Johnston's character were supposed to be brother and sister. Maybe
that's the name. Kristen
I believe
Johnson.
they were brother and sister.
Yeah,
I think Joseph Gordon was supposed to be her son.
I think that was what that was their story,
yeah.
Right? Exactly. But no, yeah, I'm the same as Chris. When I heard human form, that immediately took me to Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay, so awesome. So everyone gets points. So we all move up. So it's 113 to 91. And your last question in the IMDb plot keywords category is teacher as protagonist, teacher, comedian, and basketball. And the show ran from 1992 to 1997.
I think we'll go ahead and lock in.
Okay, so Mike and Nikki
Although we're
have
flabbergasted the show ran this long.
And then Maggie and Chris, you get to talk it out.
So Maggie, before you tell me why I'm wrong, the only show that comes to mind is Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Same. Yeah, that's what comes to my mind. And I always think of the opening theme song with En Vogue. Do you guys remember this? Where they were like, Cooper, hanging with my man, and that it was like huge, like Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and it was Holly Robinson Pete. It was like, to me, that was a very special show. I mean, he was a basketball coach. I think he was a teacher. Who else could it be, Chris? I ask you.
So Maggie, do you want to lock in with Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
I can't think of a better answer, Chris.
Let's do it. Boom.
Okay, Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
All right, so your correct answer is Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Nice job, everyone. So going into our final question, as a score update, Maggie and Chris have 123, Mike and Nikki have 101. And so I'll remind you guys how our final round works. You can wager up to all of your points in these 3 questions. You can decide which questions you want to wager what amounts on. And I will be giving you the TV shows where the questions will come from to begin with.
Can you repeat those scores one more time?
Yes, it's 123 to 101. So those are the points you have to work with. Okay, so your 3 questions are going to come from the following TV shows. Question 1 is Seinfeld. Question 2 is Spin City.
I just messaged Maggie and I said, bet Seinfeld and Spin City are 2 of them.
Well, there's not that many shows left that we haven't covered yet. And number 3 is The Nanny. So think it over with your teammate. Decide how you want to split up your points or how many points you want to wager on every question. And then when you're locked in with your answers, just let me know.
But anyway, we locked in our wagers. I hate coming up with wagers. This is a long known fact.
Okay, well, I got everyone's wagers locked in. So your first question, the category is Seinfeld. So here's your question. In the episode The Note, Jerry's dentist friend Roy has a picture of what athlete on his wall? Season 3, episode 1.
Okay, I think Maggie and I are gonna lock in.
I don't know. I mean, I know we've watched several episodes of.
We wouldn't watch this one. This is the
But I don't even know this is an episode we watched or something. But for some reason, I remember a dentist. I don't know why it's in my head.
The only the dentists, you remember 2 dentists on Seinfeld. You remember Watley, as played by Bryan Cranston, and you remember Robert Wagner because he calls Jerry an anti-dentite bastard. You don't remember whoever this Roy character is or whatever, Ray. At least I don't. It's probably part of that's earlier seasons of Seinfeld's a little bit more of when I originally thought this was season 4, I was like, oh, it could be Keith Hernandez as a callback to the season 3 episode featuring Keith Hernandez, especially given the spitting subplot of that episode and the context of spitting at the dentist. It could be a call forward. The Note, I believe, is an episode when Jerry and Elaine go down to Florida and visit his parents. I think that's that episode. I don't remember specifically the context of The Note. Athlete it's so broad. Okay, I mean, if this was season 3, episode 1, it would have. Let's see. season 1 aired in the first episode in 89, and then the second episodes, the next 4 episodes in the summer of 90. So then the season 2 would have started in 91, which would have made season 3 fall of 91. I think. So I'm trying to think of athletes that.
But is there something where like Kramer's talking about like a baseball player, like baseless baseball player or something? I don't even know. Maybe I'm like.
I mean, Kramer at one point punches Mickey Mantle. I don't have any context as to whether it was something that was even mentioned or something that was just observed. We could observe as the audience, but was kind of not mentioned, or whether it was an actual plot point. I don't really remember. I honestly don't remember this episode very well. If it is the episode I'm thinking of. I mean, I really got nothing. Like,
I mean, go with
I'll say what I was gonna. I mean, to me, like originally, like, when I thought it was a season 4 episode instead of a season 3 episode, I thought it would be an interesting call back to either being Keith Hernandez, the suspected spitter, or Roger McDowell, the actual spitter. It could be an interesting call forward in the same respect. We'll just say Keith Hernandez. We're not going to get there. I don't remember if this was something that should be a known thing for people that have seen that episode or not. I don't remember the episode, unfortunately.
Keith Hernandez. Okay. Chris and Maggie, what did you guys say?
We actually went through a bunch of different athletes. So Maggie brought up Don Mattingly, who was definitely a Yankee at the time. I remember, and I thought I remember this from the infamous Cotton versus Polyester episode, Danny Tartabull and Paul O'Neill. The other athletes that come to mind is there's the episode where Joe DiMaggio is dunking donuts, and whether or not he's a dunker or not a dunker. But who has a poster of Joe DiMaggio hanging in their office or in their bedroom or whatever it is? So at the end of the day, we thought about who was a popular Yankee or a popular New York figure at the time. Oh, the other thing that came to mind was freaking Evander Holyfield, but I'm pretty sure Evander Holyfield was the cardboard cutout that Phoebe had in Friends. So I put that out of my mind rather quickly. So we actually locked in with the only person that we knew was a New York centerpiece at that point in time was Don Mattingly. We talked about Keith Hernandez, but knowing that he came in later, we kind of brushed him aside rather quickly. So we went with Don Mattingly.
Okay, so we've got Keith Hernandez and Don Mattingly as your guesses for question number 1. Question number 2. Are you guys ready for Spin City?
Let's go.
Okay, so your question for Spin City is: when Michael J. Fox left the show in 2000, his character Mike Flaherty became an environmental lobbyist in D.C., where he famously met what fictional Republican senator from Ohio?
All right. Yeah, I don't have another way to get there, so we'll lock in. You guys can talk it out.
If this is a throwaway line, and if it is from his departure on this, like on the episode when he was departing the show, this is where my mind's going, and this is weird, and this is probably stupid, but it's just a possibility. Wouldn't it be funny if he had said he was going to work? Was he was going to go work for, or just going to go meet? What was it?
When Michael J. Fox left the show in 2000, his character Mike became an environmental lobbyist in D.C., where he famously met what fictional Republican senator from Ohio?
Famously met. The only thing I was thinking, and I don't remember if this is where that show took place, but wouldn't it be funny if the name of the Republican senator that he met was Alex P. Keaton? Like, just a throwaway line, like he met his old character from Family Ties, who later became a senator. Because his old character from Family Ties was very much a Reagan Republican.
Sure.
It's really hard to know, like, fictional, like, character.
Well, I mean, because you said the real senator would have been
John Glenn. There were two. I mean, John Glenn probably would have still been a senator around that time, because this is like late 90s. He probably still would have been senator from Ohio around that time, but he wasn't a Republican. and I couldn't tell you who the other senator from Ohio would have been around that time.
That's a good guess. I mean,
it's completely random, but it's one of those kind of. She said famously, yet it's a fictional character. So the only other thing that popped into my head, weirdly, was Richard Dreyfuss's character in American President a senator, and was he from Ohio? And would that have tied in at all to Spin City? I don't think so.
I mean, because
that was the other thing.
Exactly,
but I know Sorkin and everything.
But I think the character. I mean, the character from Family Ties was so popular, so why not?
Like I said, it's completely random.
Kind of make the Republican senator.
Yeah.
Did they live in Ohio in that show?
In Family Ties, I have no idea. I don't remember the show, but really
go for it. Sure.
Yeah. All right. So we'll lock in with Republican Senator Alex P. Keaton.
Okay, and then question number 3 is the category is on The Nanny. So this one's a little bit more straightforward. What is the name of the loyal butler and chauffeur for the Sheffield family who shares his name with another famous 90s sitcom character?
We can lock in.
Yeah, take it, Maggie.
It's so funny. I've never spent any time watching The Nanny. Except for a few weird random moments, and I remember the name of the guy was Niles, just like the Frasier guy Niles.
Okay, so let's go back over the questions, and this time I will reveal the answers. So question number 1 for Seinfeld. In the episode The Note, Jerry's dentist friend Roy has a picture of what athlete on his wall? And as a recap, Mike and Nikki said Keith Hernandez, and Maggie and Chris said Don Mattingly. Your correct answer is Evander Holyfield.
Are you kidding me?
And it's ironically the same episode as the Dunkin' Donuts thing. It's all in the same episode. So in this episode of the show, because I just watched it.
Hold on, full stop. Was there not an episode of Friends with Evander Holyfield?
I was going to put that as a clue. And then I decided.
Cardboard cutout Phoebe had, right?
I was like, no, it's not fair that Friends gets 2 little shout outs and everything else gets 1, so I didn't do that. He also actually guest starred as himself on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as well, but I didn't include that. So in that episode, Jerry basically tells George,
I'm so mad.
Hey, you need to go see my dentist because he'll hand out notes basically saying that you have a medical condition, so you get free massages. That's why they go. And George has a little incident when he's getting a massage, so he's feeling a little homophobic in the episode. And then Jerry's dentist keeps asking him, like, what do you think about Evander Holyfield? Isn't he, great? And George is all like, what? I don't think he's attractive. And it's getting all like worked up over it. So that's the plot point of that episode is them talking about Evander Holyfield's poster on the wall, and George is uncomfortable because he had an issue.
Wow, how times have changed.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
That would never work today.
Not at all.
Yeah. I did not remember that. That was a hell of a question. Yeah, okay. I did not remember that at all.
So for that category, how much did Mike and Nikki wager for the Seinfeld question?
We wagered 60 on the Seinfeld question, and that came to bite us.
Okay, so you had 101 minus 60, so right now you're at 41?
Yep.
And then Maggie and Chris, how much did you wager for that question?
86.
Okay, so you wagered 86 for the Seinfeld category, so that takes you down to 37? Okay, so let's move on. Question number 2 is in Spin City. So when Michael J. Fox left the show in 2000, his character Mike became an environmental lobbyist in D.C., where he famously met what fictional Republican senator from Ohio? Mike and Nikki had locked in with Alex P. Keaton. Chris and Maggie, what did you guys lock in with? Because I don't think we got that.
Yeah, so there's 2 shows that I love as someone coming out of high school going into college, or 2 sitcoms that I'm a huge fan of. One of them is the Drew Carey Show, the other is Spin City. And I'm almost positive in the episode, which is actually very, very, very sad, the episode where Michael J. Fox leaves the show, he does say that he's going to work for this young upstart senator named Alex Keaton. We just locked in with Keaton, but I'm pretty sure it's Alex P. Keaton from freaking Ohio, which is, if I'm not mistaken, where Family Ties was set. But our answer was Keaton.
Okay, so you both locked in with Keaton. And your correct answer is Alex P. Keaton. Little tongue-in-cheek there for the show, yeah.
Shit, I cannot believe that was actually the answer.
Yeah.
It was.
I thought that was cute. That's why I edited it in. Okay, so Chris and Maggie, how much did you wager on Spin City?
5 points.
Okay, so that brings you guys up to 42 points. Mike and Nikki, how much did you wager on Spin City?
We wagered 30.
Okay, so that moves you guys up to 71 points.
I don't understand your wagering. I don't.
I watched the entire run of Spin City. I felt somewhat confident, and I was going to bet it all on Seinfeld, and Nikki told me, don't do that, you're an idiot.
Okay, so going into the final question on The Nanny, what is the name of the loyal butler and chauffeur for the Sheffield family who shares his name with another famous 90s sitcom character? So Chris and Maggie had locked in with Niles. Mike and Nikki, what did you guys say?
Yeah, we also locked in with Niles.
Okay. And your correct answer is, in fact, Niles. Nice job, everyone. And you guys were not feeling so confident in the nanny category, so I'm glad you guys were able to pull that out. And so, Mike and Nikki, how much did you wager for that one?
We wagered 10.
Okay, so that ends the game for you guys at 81 points. Chris and Maggie, how much did you wager?
I didn't feel comfortable in the nanny. I don't think Maggie felt comfortable either. We wagered 0.
Okay, so your final scores in 90s sitcom trivia is Mike and Nikki are your winners with 81 points, and Chris and Maggie come up with a respectable 42. Nice job, everyone.
Maggie, I'm sorry.
Respectable.
This may be the first time where I've actually been happy about a wager round in the entire existence of this show.
Mike, no joke. I told Maggie, I messaged her and I said, Mike is going to go all in on Seinfeld because that's his baby.
And I literally I turned to Nikki and I said, I think I want to go all in on Seinfeld. And Nikki said, you're an idiot. Don't do that. You're going to hate yourself because it's going to turn out badly for you.
Well, you don't know for sure if it's going to be something obscure. So.
Yeah, because I said I watched the full Spin City run. I don't maybe one time through, so I wasn't confident, but I at least felt like I knew something. And I watched the first couple seasons of The Nanny at least. And I think you had watched some of The Nanny and some of Spin City.
I mean, I've seen episodes here and there of The Nanny, and I've seen episodes here and there of Spin City, and I've seen episodes here and there of Seinfeld.
It was enough where it was we might have some knowledge related to this, so we'll do it based on confidence intervals. And that's what we did.
All right, everybody. Well, that has been another episode of the Pub Trivia Experience. Find us on Instagram or Facebook at Pub Trivia Experience, on Twitter at Pub Trivia Pod. www.pubtriviaexperience.com, or email the show if you want to be a part of it or if you want to write or be a part of a game. pubtriviaexperience@gmail.com. For the Pub Trivia Experience, I have been Chris.
I've been Leah.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Maggie.
Have a great week, everybody.
So she was doing that at the same time as Moesha. So you go, girl.
She must have been. Who was the guy? So the guy in that video was Mekhi Phifer.
Ooh.
Wasn't he in I Still Know What You
Nice
Want Summer?
pull.
Was he? No, that was Tyson.
Tyson Gibbs. Or is it
Tyson Becker?
Bedford. Tyson Bedford.
Tyson
was
Bedford.
a famous model. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Sorry, people, if you're, a fan of 90s.
I don't think it's Tyson. It's Tyrese was in it. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Let me look.
90s slasher films.
Tyree is a whole other person. Tyree is a whole other person. And Tyson Bedford is the famous model.
It is Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah. He's no Mekhi Phifer.
Okay.
Isn't that a song?
Mekhi Phifer was in the Boys Mind video, I'm telling you.
And Mekhi Phifer was also in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer as her boyfriend.
And in ER.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. For some reason, that's the one. For some reason, Freddie Prinze Jr. goes down to Brazil or wherever they are to save her.
Yeah, and he does save her. I think.
No, because God, Mekhi Phifer is. Oh God, we are so off on a tangent here. Go watch Mekhi Phifer's death scene in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. It's like the only positive part.
Yeah, it's not a great sequel.